Can we?
We are.
Fantastic. Well, welcome to Coaches in Conversation. We're just going to do a little series of videos here. I'd like to introduce my colleague here, Ruth Randall of Ruth L. Randall Coaching.
Thank you.
This is a bit what you introduce me.
Okay, and this is my colleague Simon Stillman of Simon Stillman Coaching.
Fantastic. There we are. We've done that bit. So we're going to do a series of these little videos. We'd really be interested in getting your feedback, guys, and your input and suggestions for other videos would be great as well. This first series is all about communication, which we all do, don't we? And this first particular video, we thought we'd explore about how you really help to get people to open up, whether you're a parent talking to a teenager talking to a parent, talking to a staff boss talking to a staff member, or anyone at all really. So, gosh, it's a big topic. It's covered in 4 minutes, but in your experience, Ruth, and you coach other people, just as a starter, you've got somebody who's obviously got some issues who come to you and are kind of sitting there a little bit silent. How do you begin to get people to open up? What are some of the tips?
So, as a coach, I think it's going to be quite different to how it would be in, say, a family situation or work situation. What I would do with somebody that's struggling to open up is to give them that space, because I find that just once somebody has got that space to talk and express themselves, by me being open and giving them that space, eventually they will just start to open up just a tiny bit at a time, and when they feel safe and they're not being judged. And I think that's a big part of it actually in any conversation, is that the person needs to feel that they're not going to suddenly be judged when they start talking about whatever the thing is that they want to talk about. So that applies not just to coaching, but in any conversation.
Okay, so that's interesting. So I suppose the example of that, if you have to have, say you're a boss in a company and you have to have a difficult conversation with the staff member, you might set up the conversation in, say, a neutral space. So instead of being their office, your office, you might choose something a little bit neutral. But they might open up, and the other hand might think, oh, it's a neutral space, something's coming.
Yeah, what's going on?
What's going on? So I suppose you need to be a little bit careful about that. Good, excellent. I guess, I mean, just to throw mine in, I think to open up a conversation with people who may be a little bit quiet, first of all, it's letting them be quiet, because some people are naturally quiet. There's nothing wrong with that. I tend to be a fairly outgoing person, but a lot of my friends are very quiet people. So that's important. And then I think the other thing is starting the conversation with something very light, very neutral. How's your journey here? It's a bit like when you interview somebody, isn't it? How's your journey here? Hey, it's got really cold recently, hasn't it? Just something very light and allows people to open up before you get into anything too heavy. So what other ideas?
Well, I think a lot of it's about feeling safe. So I mean, to open up to somebody, whether it's a family member, whether it's a friend, a colleague, or to a coach, therapist, or anything, to open up is allowing yourself to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
And not everyone is comfortable with being vulnerable. It's quite a difficult thing for people. So giving people that space where they feel safe to be vulnerable is really important. So yeah, physical environment matters, but also how you are. And being open yourself allows people that space to be vulnerable and to open up to you.
So picking up on something you said is like almost being a role model yourself, being trustworthy, to open up. Okay, that's great. Good. Well, believe it or not, I think we've almost pretty much run out of time in short 4-minute videos. So there you go. That's the first video. Great to get your comments, guys, and we'll see you hopefully in the next one.